Hey everyone, how are you doing today? I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. I am excited to sit down and talk about some new stuff from e.l.f. with you guys today. e.l.f. came out with a Luminous putty blush. So interested to see how this is different from their other putty blushes that they came out with. They also came out with a no budge cream eyeshadow. You guys know I had to try this. And they came out with new shades in the cream eyeshadow stick. This is the No Budge matte shadow sticks. I picked these up to try, and I was gonna try and do as full face of e.l.f. today as I could, and I realized I can't really do a full face of e.l.f. I don't have an e.l.f. mascara, I don't have an e.l.f. foundation, but I do have, a variety of e.l.f. things. So as many e.l.f. things as I could find, I pulled out to use today. In addition to the makeup, I'm also gonna try out a couple new brushes to me. I don't think these are like new, but they're just new to me. So the actual Putty Bronzer brush and the Putty Blush brush I thought I could try today with you guys. So I have already put on some foundation, so let's get right into trying out some e.l.f. stuff. So this is the Putty Bronzer. Now this is not a new thing, but my friend just gave me this to try. She thought I would like it, and so far I am really enjoying it. So I have the shade Honey Drip here, and I'm gonna try this Putty Bronzer brush. It's really small, isn't it? Like, it's a small, kind of dense brush. I tried it out yesterday for the first time, and I think I like it, but it's one of those things where it's just not what I was expecting because it's just so small. So I'm gonna load up my brush, and I guess I'll kind of stamp it and then blend it. I am so glad that my friend gave me those Putty Bronzers to try. I think that they are, they're way better than I thought they were going to be. So that just shows me I need to just listen when I've got people telling me things are good, try it. So I'm really gonna blend that into my hairline. So even though the brush is small, I think it's working pretty good. At least from what I can see, it's not looking patchy or anything, so that's good. Ooh, I got a little bit more that time than I wanted, but I think that this bronzer is sheer enough that I can hopefully just kind of blend it out and it won't be a big deal. I hope so. Yeah, easy peasy. I like easy makeup. Fuss-free makeup is always a win. My cat is in here with me and she's chewing on her nails. Come on now. Okay, kitty. Okay, I had to put her out of the room. I can't be the only one who finds that sound incredibly just icky. I hate that sound. The sound of them chewing on their nails and then like licking between their toes. Like, I love my kitty, but I cannot stand that sound. Okay, I'm just gonna take a little bit to put on my cheeks. I mostly just want blush cheeks today, but I figure I'll try a little bit on my cheekbones. When I said a little bit, I meant even less than that. That's okay. It blended out really, really prettily. Oops, I got way too much. I am still getting the hang of how much to use. Oh my gosh, I used way too much. Oh no. Okay, so I ended up blending that like all over my cheeks, so I'm gonna have to put some more on this side to make up for it. The goal is to not have muddy cheeks today, so hopefully I can accomplish that. So far, really enjoying the Putty Bronzer and actually quite liking this little brush. So that was the shade I used, the shade Honey Drip. Okay, so now let's talk about this Luminous Putty Blush. So I have done a test run of some of these products yesterday, and I have to tell you, I was really impressed. The second I swatched this, it's not as matte as the regular putty blush. I feel like it has a little bit more emollients to it. I have the shade Maui, so you can see how it has a little bit of shine to it, but it's not super sparkly. So I'm just going to dab right into the little pot. Hopefully it will look as good as it did yesterday. Yesterday I didn't go quite so ham with the bronzer, so hopefully it looks good with the bronzer again today. I just realized I didn't tell you what tea I'm drinking. Oh, once I finish putting this on, I'll tell you my tea of the day. If you're new to my channel, hi, hello, I always have a tea of the day. I actually think that applied really, really nicely with this brush, and the blush is not looking too shimmery. Let's try it on this side just with my fingers. So I'm just gonna pat it on. That looks good too. Looks great. Yeah, I think that's again, super fuss-free formula, and I think I like this better than their regular putty blushes. I really enjoy how it has a little bit of extra emollients to it. It's definitely not a dewy blush, but it has that just something a little extra, something like a little juice to the skin. And again, it's not too pigmented. You could see how that little swipe there, it's kind of sheer, but at the same time, it showed up. It played well with the bronzer. At least in my mirror it does. Sometimes looking back at footage, things look way different on camera than they do in person. But right now I think it's looking okay. Let's powder a little bit. I'm gonna use the Halo Glow setting powder from e.l.f. And I'm just gonna put it in the T-zone basically. And kind of up under my eyes to help with some of that shine. Oh, I realized I did it again. I didn't tell you what tea I was drinking. So I'm drinking a sample of a Thai Guan Yin Oolong that I got in my Sips by box. It is absolutely delicious. It's from a brand called Art of Tea. No, not Art of Tea. Excuse me, I'm just reading my little slip here from my Sips by box. This is from the brand Made of Tea. And Thai Guan Yin is a really aromatic and smooth floral oolong. I think this one is delicious. And I have to say, I know a lot of people are really bothered by this word, but the mouthfeel of this particular tea is extra smooth. It's got that something a little extra that makes it feel like you're drinking more than just water. I don't know what it does to make it taste so smooth, but it's got some extra body to it. Okay, there, I remembered to tell you about my tea. This is one of those powders I have tried over and over and over again, and I think I've decided that I like it. It's not actually super glowy. I'm not noticing like any like actual glittery particles on my face like you think of when you see Halo Glow. Like it's not glowy like that. And it did take down the shine a little bit. I'm still shiny, but it did take down the shine a bit. Let's quick throw in some brow gel. I have the Wow Brow and the shade Neutral Brown. I have heard so many people call this a dupe for the Glossier Boy Brow, and I don't agree with that. Glossier Boy Brow I feel like is more of a shiny, more pomade-y formula. And this one from e.l.f. reminds me a lot more of like the one from Essence, which I really like as well. Okay, I'm actually really scared to get into the eyes, you guys. Like I said, I did a test run yesterday with these, and I think it was one of the worst makeup days I've had in a really long time. I was on serious struggle bus. Before we do eyes, let's quick put on some lips. Okay, my options are the Sheer Slick in Golden Pear and the Glossy Lip Stain in the shade Basic Beige. Let's try the Golden Pear Sheer Slick lipstick. Just something easy. There we go. My stomach is over here rumbling. I'm gonna have to like edit out all of the noise my stomach is making. All right, I am going to put on some eyeshadow primer. I don't know if with those products I would necessarily need them, but I'm going to put some on to hopefully help the situation. Yesterday when I was trying those products out, I did not use eyeshadow primer. So maybe this will do something to help. Okay, so let's talk about this No Budge cream eyeshadow. I have mine in the shade Canyon, and I was super surprised when I first put my finger in here to give it a swatch. It is way, way more wet and emollient than you'd think just from other things that I've tried. And the formula is really, really, really pigmented. Like, look, it will stretch and stretch and stretch. It does dry down, very much so, but just using it, it's almost like a lip product. Like, it is such a weird texture. I'm trying to think of a very specific lip product that reminds me of this. And of course, I can't think of one at the moment, but think of like a liquid lipstick formula maybe. I'm gonna let it dry down a little bit. I can see it's still a little bit shiny. And then I'll show you how like ultra budge proof it is. While waiting for that to dry down, I will show you the shade of the No Budge matte shadow stick I got. I got the shade Cool Beans. And this looks just like the other one I have from them. I have the metallic one as well, but this one I've had for a little while, and I haven't tried their matte formula before. So it comes with a little sharpener on the end, which is super duper handy. And this is the shade I got. It's a nice, cool, dark brown. And I just quick smudged it so you can see what it looks like smudged. Unfortunately, I was on a struggle bus with this one yesterday as well. I will get to that in a moment. Let's first talk some more about the cream eyeshadow. So, it has now set down. It is budge proof. So the issue I had with this yesterday, way more pigmented than I expected. And since it's kind of a thick, wet formula, I found that it did not want to get nice and buffed out on the edges. I felt like I had a really harsh line where this ended and started. And then I even tried using a brush. And then since it was so pigmented, I felt like the brush just like brushed it everywhere instead of getting a nice blended out look, it was insane. It looked so crazy. I am really not sure how this is gonna go today, but I am going to try really hard to show this to you. So just because I know it's so pigmented and wet, I'm just gonna like barely put my finger in there. It's also sticky. Like when you first put your finger in, it isn't, but as soon as you start actually working with it, it's a quite sticky formula. Okay, so I'm gonna try. Here we go. Because this is still so sticky, when you first lay it down, I was thinking, hey, maybe it might be a good base for like a sparkly eyeshadow or something. Okay, so I've got the majority of the color laid on my lid. I'm gonna try, while it's still wet, just to blend out the edges a little bit with my finger. So it's not quite such a harsh line. I think, oh no, it doesn't look good at all. In my mirror, it looked good, and I looked in the camera, I was like, ooh. Okay, I think that's as good as I can get it. It is now setting down, and it's still not the way I want it. You can see kind of the line there. I really wanted that to be a little bit more diffused. And in person, it does look a little bit more diffused than it does on camera. But not only do I not like how it applies, but I don't like how it looks when it sets down. My eye now looks wrinkly and crepey, and I use the tiniest little bit of product to try and avoid this from happening. It is just, unfortunately, I think it's a big fail for me. Like, I don't know what I'm doing so wrong, both yesterday and today. It's too bad because the color is very different from any other like cream eyeshadow that I have. Anyway, I really don't like that. I don't think I even want to leave it on for the rest of the day. So I'm just gonna leave that on that eye, and then I'm gonna show you the eyeshadow stick on this eye. So I don't know if you guys watch Shelby Wilson. She is an absolute master when it comes to eyeshadow sticks. I'm gonna try and do what she likes to do with these, where you put it along your lash line, especially in the outer part of your lash line, and then blend it, and it creates like the most beautiful model-esque look. I tried to do it yesterday, and this would not blend for me. It was a patchy mess, so I'm gonna try again. One of the things I like about eyeshadow sticks is that you don't really need to be super precise, because a good one will blend. Okay, I'm gonna take this brush from Profusion, which is kind of a stubby little dense brush, and I'm gonna try and blend it. Okay, it sort of worked, but do you guys see what I mean when I talk about patchy? I have been sitting here blending this spot, and it looks so patchy. And for me, a cream eyeshadow stick, it should be really, really creamy. It shouldn't take this much work. For me, the whole point of a cream eyeshadow is that it should be really easy. Something to take with you on the go, traveling or something. And I just do not find it to be easy to work with. I think the only way I would wear it is like on like the lower lash line as an eyeliner, but like trying to work with it to blend it, it's just not working for me. It's a shame, because I think the color is really pretty. From a distance, I think it's okay, but it's a no for me. So I'm gonna take this off my eyes, and I'm just gonna go in with the e.l.f. Shadow stick that I like. I have one of the metallic ones. This is the No Budge shadow stick in the shade Copper Chic. So I'm gonna put this all over my eye, blend it out, and then we can finish up. Okay, so I'm not done putting on, but look how crazy I'm looking right now. Yesterday, I put on, like, I tried to do that eyeshadow several times and had to like remove it and try again. So I think my eyes were super irritated. And just now when I took off my eye makeup and I'm trying to do my eye makeup again, my eyelids are so red. It's looking so weird. My poor eyes. I'm gonna have to start over again. I just have to show you this. Man, here I am starting over again on the eyes. This is turning into a bit of a train wreck, isn't it? I think I'm actually gonna use concealer on my eyes. I hardly ever do that, but they are just so red and inflamed right now that I think any eyeshadow I use just for my style of makeup, like just not a whole lot of eyeshadow, it's gonna look crazy. So here we go. We're gonna cover it up with concealer. I'm using the one from Kosas. It is actually quite high coverage, so I'm expecting it to work. So yeah, I have not had quite that much difficulty with any sort of eyeshadow, and I don't know when. Since my eyelids are so inflamed, I think I'm just gonna forgo putting any eyeshadow on right now. I don't want to do any sort of brushing anything on my eyes. So this one from e.l.f., the shade Copper Chic, usually does work for me. It's just right now my eyes are so inflamed, I don't want anything. I'm just gonna put on some mascara, fluff my hair, and we'll be back to talk about some stuff. Okay, let's do a quick little roundup. I really enjoy the Putty Bronzer. The shade Honey Drip I'm wearing today isn't too orange, and even on several occasions I used what I consider to be too much, and it blended out what I thought to look really, really nice. Same with the Putty Blush. I didn't put on it too much today just because I felt like I was already wearing a lot of bronzer. I didn't want a lot of product on my face, but I thought it looked really pretty. This shade Maui is a beautiful, just kind of natural shade of pink, and it's not glittery. It's not too much, which is what I'm always worried about when they describe a blush as being glowy or luminous. I'm worried about glitter sinking in pores and things like that. This didn't do anything like that. I think this actually is really nice. I really enjoyed this, and I liked the new brushes I tried. The putty one for both the bronzer and the blush. I thought these were really good. I really liked them. This, however, was a major fail. You guys saw, I felt like I got too close to making it look good in terms of blending it out with my finger, but you could still see like the lines where I just could not get it to blend out. And even when I did finally finish up, the finish of it looked dry and just really bad on my eyelid. This is so bad. If you have tried this and you have found a way to make it work for you, let me know your secret. I would like to know. Also, I'm not a big fan, unfortunately, of this matte shadow stick for them. I know I've seen other people talk about their matte shadow sticks and they enjoyed them, so I don't know, it might just be me not enjoying, in particular, not enjoying their formula, because I feel like others have, or maybe it's just this shade. I'm not sure. I personally wouldn't recommend it. I think that there's way better matte shadow sticks out there. But that's it for the new stuff I tried today. I did put on other e.l.f. stuff, but those are all things I've had in my collection. So in general, I'm a big fan of e.l.f. I think that usually their products are big wins, so it was actually a really big surprise to me to have 2 products fail so badly. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, share any experiences that you have had with these products down below. I'm very interested. Again, if you've got some of those products to work for you, let me know how you did it. I hope you guys have an absolutely wonderful day. I will see you very soon in the next one. Bye.